A lot of developers find SEO and dealing with search engines annoying, to say the least, when developing websites. We like to get stuff done that provides value for our users. Two of the things we do with SEO are XML sitemaps and robots.txt file. Fortunately, with just a couple of minutes of effort, we can knock these out and be back to solving our users' problems. First, we're going to start with sitemaps. Django has a contrib sitemaps app that requires very little work to get started with and start using. The first thing that we need to do is we need to add django.contrib.sitemaps to our installed apps list in our settings file. But first I want to note that the sitemaps app depends on the site's contrib package. This is an important note because starting in Django 1.6, this app is not being used by default, so you'll need to add it too, if it's not already there. Now let's add the sitemaps contrib app. Our next step is to create our sitemap. This is a simple Python class we need to create and consume in our URLs file. So let's create our sitemaps.py file in our main app. First, we need to import a sitemap class from our Django contrib file, followed by our item object that we use for our to-do app. Next, we need to create a sitemap class, which we're going to name to-do sitemap and inherit from our base sitemap class we imported a second ago. This is going to be used similar to how we do RSS, which I talked about in episode 5. We want to set a few properties and override a method, and the contrib app will take care of the rest. The first couple of items we're going to deal with are optional to set, but I just wanted to show them. Change free for change frequency. Tell search engines how often this content is going to be changed, so they should check it that often, if not more. In the show notes, I have links to the documentation to show you the other options. We're also going to set the priority. This is content based, so we know what content has a higher priority than the rest. This defaults to 0.5, but you can set it to anything from 0.0 to 1.0. Finally, we need to override our method, which is ironically items. All it does is returns a query set for our contrib app to parse through. So we're just going to simply get all of our items in the database and call it a day. That wraps up our sitemap class. The last thing that we need to do for our sitemaps is add our URL for it and pass in our sitemap class that we just created. First, we want to import our to-do sitemap class for us to use. Next, we want to add our URL. We're simply going to set it to the root of our site and keep with standards and call it sitemap.xml. We're then going to use a view in our sitemap contrib application and pass it a collection with sitemaps in it. Now we just need to quickly define our sitemaps. What we're going to do is create this collection and pass a instantiated to-do sitemap object into it. And there we go, we're done with this portion of our sitemap. Let's actually take a look at our sitemap. There we go, we have our sitemap.xml file. Note the fields and the values. Specifically, I want to note how we have example.com for our URL. This is one of the reasons we rely on the site's contrib app, because we can simply change this to be what we want it to be. So let's take a look at doing that. And here we go with our new XML file, starting with johndoe.com. Now it's time to deal with the robots exclusion protocol with our robots.txt file. This is a super simple thing to do with the Django Robots app, which we're going to just do a pip install of. The easy part is we just need to add robots to our installed app section of our settings file. And one of the great things about this app is it complements the sitemaps app by automatically adding our sitemap to our robots.txt file. Django Robots also requires the Django contrib sites application, so again, you need to make sure that's in there. The next thing we need to do is run a syncdb on our database to get all the new tables put into place. We're going to manage our robots.txt file from our admin section, so we need to make sure we have our database table. The app also supports south migrations, so if you use that. And then the final thing we have to do is just add our URL. Again, standards say we do robots.txt in the root of our website. And then from there, we just include our URLs from our robots app and call it a day. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and take a look at our robots.txt file in the browser. As you can see, the sensible defaults are there, and it even includes our sitemap that we added in the last little bit that we did. Now let's go configure it in our admin a little bit. First thing we want to do is add a URL to either allow or disallow, and then we want to go ahead and we're going to add a fake one called dashboard. And now that we have that set, let's go create a new rule for some spider. We can set the spider we want to target, and in this case we're going to target the Googlebot. Then we're going to select the site that we want to do, and finally we're going to select whether we want to allow or disallow a path. Since these are multi-select boxes, we could potentially have more than one and then just select more than one and hit save. Alright, and we have our final robots.txt file targeting Googlebot and disallowing our dashboard URL.